For nearly a decade, MITRE ATT&CK has recorded, evaluated, and categorized cybersecurity threats across different platforms. In the last 5 years, a matrix for macOS threats in the enterprise was introduced and has been adopted by security providers like Jamf Protect as a tool to build detection analytics for Mac environments. My name is Zach. Let's explore the MITRE ATT&CK macOS Matrix. The full enterprise matrix can be found by navigating to attack.mitre.org and selecting matrices at the top. Each column of the matrix contains a tactic used by malicious actors at different points in the execution of a cybersecurity attack, starting with reconnaissance and ending with exfiltration and impact. A tactic is the goal of the malicious actor at that point of their attack. Below each tactic are a list of techniques that an attacker might use in pursuit of their goal. For example, under the reconnaissance column, we can see that active scanning and gather victim network information are possible tools an actor could use to gather more information before attempting their attack. Under initial access, we see that phishing is a possible technique that could be used to gain access to a Mac. Many techniques are varied or complex enough to contain subtechniques. Subtechniques are a lower-level, more specific description of the malicious action used to achieve a goal. Using the Show Subtechniques button at the top, we can expand the phishing technique to show 3 different types of common spear phishing attacks. The enterprise matrix can be split into the macOS-specific as well as the pre- or preparatory matrix. Reconnaissance and Resource Development are not included in the macOS attack matrix because they are techniques that can be used in all enterprise environments. And in the navigation menu on the left, we can select the pre-matrix specifically or the macOS matrix. Selecting the macOS matrix, we can see the remaining 12 tactics and the techniques that specifically apply to Mac environments. Each technique links to a knowledge base page. Under Execution, if we select Schedule Task/Job, we are taken to a knowledge base page that contains procedure examples or instances of that specific technique being used in a real-world attack, possible methods for mitigation of the technique, as well as recommendations for detection of that technique. At the top, each technique has an associated ID, in this case T1053, as well as IDs for each subtechnique. A list of subtechniques can be found in the menu to the left: At, Cron, Scheduled Task, Systemd Timers, and Container Orchestration Job. All this documentation and knowledge is great, but it isn't much help to a Jamf administrator without the tools to put it to work defending their environment. In Jamf Protect, the MITRE ATT&CK macOS Matrix is used to create analytics, or a set of rules that detect threats or unwanted behavior on an enrolled computer. From the Jamf Protect dashboard, analytics are found in the menu on the left. If we select the MITRE ATT&CK tag, the list will filter all analytics that are directly tied to a technique from the matrix. For example, if we select the cron job analytic, we can see that this analytic is tagged with T1053.003, the subtechnique ID from the macOS matrix, scheduled task job, the top-level technique, and that it falls into the execution and persistence categories. If we look at the full macOS matrix again, we can see the cron subtechnique under the scheduled task/job techniques in the execution and persistence tactic columns. We'll explore Jamf Protect in depth later in this course. For now, know that these techniques and tactics form the basis for detection of real-world threats. Without detailed information on types of cybersecurity attacks, it would be near impossible to mount a successful defense for your enrolled Macs. Using the MITRE ATT&CK matrix for macOS, administrators can educate themselves about current threats to their environment and use that knowledge to create detection tools to stop malicious actors in their tracks. We encourage you to explore the MITRE ATT&CK matrix for more information on the different types of malicious actions. When you're ready to move on, we'll continue in the next lesson on CIS benchmarks. Thanks for watching.